let's focus in on crude oil prices and largely on account of that major deal as Saudi Arabia has signaled deeper cuts after the deal with non-OPEC countries. Let's bring on board Vandana Hari, Vanda Insights rather, to talk a little bit about what that means. And this kind of a signal from Saudi Arabia, what exactly do you make of it, Vandana?
Hi, good morning. So what happened over the weekend was quite expected, especially after OPEC's deal, which was far more difficult to forge the agreement. After that went through, a lot of the behind-the-scenes action for this non-OPEC cut had actually happened even before the OPEC agreement, because quite a few OPEC members, especially like Iran, were quite insistent that non-OPEC also should be on board and should also join in the cut. So all in, I think not entirely surprising, quite expected. The 600,000 barrel per day figure that OPEC had floated at its own meeting for a non-OPEC cut, they seem to have come quite close to it. I haven't yet seen exactly how all the numbers add up. The reports of about 11 non-OPEC members willing to cut. I think the really most dependable one here is Russia, with a 300,000 barrel per day cut. So I think going forward, this is a knee-jerk rally that we're seeing this morning, quite understandable. But I think going forward, probably I would discount this cut by at least 50%. It's really Russia, that will, I think, hopefully will keep its end of the bargain. But all the others are, they were natural declines, and they're far smaller producers. They're not going to be under the radar as much, really, on compliance as Russia.
So, Vandana, do you think that these decided levels of output cuts are actually going to be implemented by producers? Because we have seen earlier as well, the decided output cuts have not actually been implemented by many of these small countries, if not the biggies like Russia or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, absolutely. So even this one, the figures that are available for how the 558 adds up is Russia about 300,000, and then Oman willing to cut about, that's little 5%, about 45,000. So you see, aside from Russia, the other contributions are really very small. Kazakhstan, 20,000 barrels per day. It's difficult to measure compliance. It's difficult to, right down to the last barrel to be able to say how much, for independent surveyors to say exactly how much a country produced. And when it comes down to these such small numbers, 20,000 barrels per day here or there, it can easily be lost in counting. So essentially what I'm saying is within OPEC, Saudi Arabia has taken the biggest cut, nearly 480,000 barrels per day. Within the non-OPEC group, it's Russia with 300. I think the spotlight is going to be very squarely on these countries, and the market will also have to be watching their compliance to decide on the prices.
Thanks very much, Vandana, for giving us all of those details. So keep an eye out on crude oil prices in